It's one of these videos where I'm not going to play the intro music to this because this is about what the second, third video live stream rather I'm going to talk about. Now, the title of this live stream is going to be tentative, right? But I noticed somebody said this in his let me say this real quick before I go in on this particular individual. Both sides in this gender war disgust me. Both sides in this gender war disgust me. None of you are innocent. None of you are harassing. You're not innocent. And you so-called ladies, you're not innocent either because y'all try to use y'all's position to call people's jobs and getting them fired. And some of you ladies said, though, y'all claim to be nurses and then y'all going against y'all's own, what's it called? Y'all's Hippocratic oath while y'all working in hospitals. When y'all claim to be divestors and y'all saying black men ain't ish while y'all are nurses in certain hospitals. I think, though, the FBI needs to investigate that. A whole lot of y'all who gets on these panels saying black men making hate speech statements about the African-American male while you are a nurse in these inner cities, in these big metro areas. I think the FBI needs to be called. And I know two of y'all who got on these live panels for the past 10 years saying that y'all nurses. I think the FBI need to be called on from that. See, for me, the truth matters, not your opinion. Righteousness matters to me, not your ideology. So let me address this. One of y'all's so-called the guy who's making money off of y'all's pain and suffering, off of y'all's he's making money and trying to be, so he says something to the fact of, if we're looking at the metrics that measure the success that BWs have excelled over black men nearly 100%. Well, I'd like to ask you something. Based upon what? If you don't believe me, feel free to come up and debate or come up to the panel and debate. For why? On your panel? No, you might need to come over here. At least I'm fair, unlike you. So here we're about to sit here and say this again. Let me tell you what needs to happen to Malika Andrews. Oh, what's going on, Ungained Miller? What's going on, girl? What's going on with you? I hope things are going well for you. I hope though you haven't, I hope though you've been healthy and everything else, Ungained Miller. So appreciate you for being on here. I ain't talking. I admire your channel. Just do your gaming, do all of that. So let me go ahead and we're going V-Dub. Let me go ahead and talk about this. What needs to happen, because I saw Stephen A. Smith, doing all this malarkey, and Stephen A. Smith sitting there trying to buck dance and shoe shine about this topic. See, I'm gonna tell y'all what needs to happen. And I said that last week, but I'm gonna keep on saying it until somebody hears me out. But let me say this straight up. So those who don't know, those who don't know about Malika Andrews, Malika Andrews is a sports reporter for ESPN. And then there have been a lot of controversies surrounding her and her style of reporting and her getting on TV, on the radio, sports radio channels, and acting a plumb fool, getting out of pocket when there's a black man doing a crime or a black man getting into a scandal. I'm trying to remember the coach from Boston. What's his name? I forgot his name. The one that was cheating on old girl from the movie Friday. What's Neil Long's husband? Now, when that happened, I forgot his name. He's some Nigerian dude. He got an African name. I'm assuming he's from Nigeria. When that occurred, right? Malika Andrews got on TV and tried to browbeat Stephen A. Smith and the guy who allegedly cheated, the coach of this Boston team, the Celtics, I believe, for the extramarital affairs with the vice president wife of that sports organization. Oh, how dare men do this? How dare old boy did that, and so forth and so forth and so forth. But that didn't stop there, right? Now, that was no crime. That was no actual real crime. But all that speechifying and try to wag your finger, then came the Von Miller issue. Some of y'all might I don't watch sports. I don't watch sports like that anymore, right? I don't watch sports. So Von Miller was in the great state of Texas, the great Republic of Texas, and then though he beat up a pregnant woman up, and there was a warrant for his arrest, and he was arrested. He was black. Malika Andrews got out of pocket again, wagging her finger at black men. Then came, I forgot the other guy's name. Trying to remember, it was another guy's name. Somebody, please remind me if you watch sports. I'm trying to remember the name. Another issue had happened. But that was another black man. I'm trying to remember his name because there was so many crap that was going on this past year. I can't even keep count. But here's the problem, though. Where was the smoke? Since we don't talk about Von Miller, where was the smoke for Chad Wheeler? Malika? Where was the smoke for Josh Giddey? Chad Wheeler was a white man who put his hands on his black wife, his African-American wife, and proceeded to viciously attack this woman, abuse this woman, beat her out of every inch of her life. That's Chad Wheeler. I think Chad Wheeler played for the somebody correct me. I think that was in Washington. If I'm not mistaken. I don't watch sports like that, right? But then here comes Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey played for the Oklahoma. I forgot the Oklahoma team name. Man. So Josh Giddey is an Australian white dude. And then there's an Instagram video. There's a video on Instagram where he's with a he's in the company of a 15-year-old girl, and saying that she is her. He is her. He announced he is her boyfriend. So you saying some 25-year-old dude is a boyfriend, announces that he's a boyfriend of a 15-year-old girl. And they out there in parties, dancing it up, everything up with a 15-year-old girl. A 15 blonde-headed girl. But where is the silence? How come there's silence on these from the Malika Marie? No, I'm sorry, Malika Andrews. And where is the silence from the BWE and you divestors? Where is the silence on that? Since y'all claim though these black men are out here insulting you. These black men are out here graping y'all. Let's go to white men. But if you go back on the other side of the fence, well, men, but the men that of y'all's preference is doing it to you as well. So I don't want to hear it from anybody, especially from that fake DJ over there. I don't want to hear it. Now, yes, I got a problem. Let me say this, make no mistake. Make no mistake. I got a problem with 85% of black men. Oh, yes, I do. I've been saying that for like 2 weeks now. There are about 85% of black men I have a problem with. However, since I said it, that does not absolve you ladies. Doesn't absolve you ladies on nothing. Because a lot of y'all done some trashy things as well. But anyway, let me get back to what needs to happen, right? Let me get back to what needs to happen. What needs to happen is this. And I'm glad Call Me Brown, and I'm glad the brother from I've got his channel name. I'm put the link to his channel in the description box after this, right? So let me go ahead and say it like this. Let me tell you what needs to happen. Y'all want to demonstrate power. You want to show a force. Let me tell you what y'all need to do. Anybody who is offended by Stephen A. Smith and offended by Malika Andrews, I'm tell you what y'all should do. Especially people like Diaz Brown. What y'all should do is get together, form a consortium, make sure y'all broadcast this consortium so everybody can donate to this consortium. Or should I say an escrow account, rather. I'm sorry. Instead of me saying a score, let me say an escrow account. That's right. I'm going to say escrow account instead. Make sure you get a certain amount of money to do two things out. I'll tell you what y'all need to do. Buy that stock of Disney. Since Disney is falling down, since the stock of Disney is falling down, I think y'all might need to at least buy at least 5% of Disney. That's all you need, 5%. You don't need 51%. Just get you 5%. So until the next time you have people like Stephen A. Smith buck dancing and shoe shining, next time when Malika Andrews decided to go tipping and tap dancing and buck dancing to when it comes to black men, but when was silent when white men do exactly the same crime or similar moral um, infractions, then y'all can set that straight. Y'all can, because money talks, and well, you know what else what the you know what else what also walks. No, Disney stock is no Disney stock is dropping. It's dropping. G-Dub. I don't know, man. I don't know. Have you read the financial reports lately? Disney is dropping. I remember one time I talked to David, right? I remember one time I talked to David. I remember one time me and my ex-girlfriend at the time was talking to David Carroll, and we always email David, and David always wanna call us coons and monkeys and apes. I remember that. Fun times. Fun times. But anyway, but I'm gonna say I think if I think if y'all are so serious about people like Stephen A. Smith and Malika Andrews, y'all need to get y'all some money together, create a consortium, create a escrow account, and fix that problem over there. Next time she get out of pocket, tell her, hey man, you on suspicion. She does again. Well, guess what? Here is the unemployment line. See, that's real power. That's real demonstration of power. Well, maybe I'm thinking white. Maybe I hang around with the white boys too much because like that's the only show of force is money. Instead of doing shame, blame, and explain, open up your wallet, get 5%, 10% out of your paycheck, put in that little escrow account. And make something happen. That's the way I see it. Or well, hold on, or do this. If that task is too big, right? If that task is too big, right? Well, I'll tell you what. Y'all take money, put in every major newspaper, billboard possible to call out Malika Andrews and Stephen A. Stephen A. Smith, and telling ESPN to fire the both of them. Put out some billboards. We still got billboards out here. We still got newspapers out here. We got ads. There's ad space. Hey, do that. If y'all really want to go to war, then go to war then go all out. Otherwise, shut up and don't say nothing at all. Because get it online and SCB is not going to work. You know, maybe y'all YouTube daddy should have taught y'all that. Y'all's YouTube daddies should have taught y'all about that. A queen. Newspapers still have an online edition, and people still go to the online newspaper. So anybody can go to their local news and still see it. So that's all I gotta say on the topic. you know, I hope a certain somebody, a certain DJ on YouTube, I hope he understand that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Me too. I buy hard copies. I do that every week. I buy hard newspapers all the time. I want the physical newspaper. I buy that all the time. Especially the Sunday edition of the Houston Chronicle. See, I got no respect for him. I got no respect for him because if you're going to fight for what's right, if you said you want to protect these women, these women, then therefore you got to be honest across the board. You can't sit there and ignore what some of those women on his channel have done to certain individuals. Right, right. But I'm gonna say something though. When they gonna get rid of the newspaper, America, society in general will regret it. They're going to regret the end of the newspaper. The physical newspaper. They're going to regret it because everybody because once power goes off, how are y'all going to know your information? Yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. What's going on, Miss Not for everyone? What's going on? Going on, lovely? What's going on with you? Cable media is actually on the offense to the. I actually believe it. See, V Dub. That's why, since though we brought up ESPN and cable news, that's why I want the fairness doctrine to be reinstated. If it wasn't for, listen, if you had the fairness doctrine, hold on, I got to get comfortable on this one because I'm about to cook on this one. I'm about to cook now. If you bring back if you if the fairness doctrine had never been taken off the taken off the was has not been repealed, I should say, you would not have January 6th. You would not have January 6th if the fairness doctrine was still in place. January 6th would never even happen because we allowed the cable news networks to feed everybody with lies. That's why I said though I'm waiting for a president. I, whoever is running for president, and when I said president, I'm not talking about Joe Biden or Trump. Anybody outside of them, if they said, "Oh, we're gonna reinstate the fairness doctrine," you had my vote. You had my vote. And I'm gonna say something too. I'll go further than that. If we had the fairness doctrine, a lot of people in Iraq wouldn't got bombed. Some of our soldiers who served in Iraq wouldn't got killed. Because a real journalist a real journalist will sit there and investigate, was there weapons? Was there weapons of mass destruction? Without being called, oh, you're un-American. Now, having said that, I mean, me saying, I'm gonna say this now. I think Phil Divide shows un-American, but that's that. Let me, I can't stand. Anyway, let me just leave that alone. Let me leave that alone. Let me just look out the window and look at the lights because I'm gonna use that to segue to change my mind, But like I said, what a Malika and Andrews did, what Stephen A. Smith is trying to do when it comes to sports, and what people like these talk show hosts that take over news organizations. We need to bring back the fairness doctrine, and that's prime and simple on that. But anyway, that's all I gotta say on that topic. I'm done talking about this. So yeah, I'm gonna work on my other project. Um, see what's going on. So anyway, like, share, subscribe. And let me say that. Let me leave because somebody's going to misconstrue that because I'm talking about the BWE and the divestors in the title, that means I want misogyny and I'm back in the manosphere. Wrong again. I view y'all the same way I view them. Y'all just both sides of the same coin. The only difference is y'all get away with y'all's inflictions while the men doesn't. That's the only difference. But both of y'all have done a lot of damage in the past 13, 14, 15 years on social media. Anyway, have a good one. I'm out.